Research suggests that some skills cannot be learned nearly as well after this first critical period of brain development at this age. At least 1 million new neural connections called synapses are made every second, more than any other time in life. The connections needed for many important higher level abilities like motivation, self-regulation, problem solving and communication are formed in these early years or not formed. Whether it is formed or not in these early years depends on the input that we give children. Their developing brains are ready to soak in a wide range of skill sets. My daughter being at an extremely crucial age for her brain development, I am intent to send her to a school where people who are equipped to do this as a profession teach her. Hi, I want to send my daughter to school, and here are the reasons why. If intelligence is defined as the ability to learn, then children between the ages of 2 and 7 may be the most intelligent humans on the planet. Rishi Sriram, Associate Professor in the School of Education at Baylor University, says this. My daughter is a little over 3.5 years old, and going by this statement, I believe that she is amongst the most intelligent human beings on the planet. And as a parent, it is my responsibility to enhance and grow that intelligence. I was quite intent that her brain should expand as much as possible in those years where the elasticity is supposedly very high. Research shows that children at this age range are best suited to learn the patterns of language development, enabling them to master another language as well as the native language. Research suggests that some skills cannot be learned nearly as well after this first critical period of brain development at this age. So when she was 1, I actually asked my Nepali speaking house help to speak to her in Nepali. Now, whether my daughter would actually remember Nepali when she grew, it didn't matter to me, or whether she would need the language. All that mattered to me was that at that age, to expose her to a new language would expand her brain's capacities. It didn't work out. So anyway, when I switched on TV, I would try and play other languages just so that she could be exposed to more than just her mother tongue, which is Tamil, and English, which we often speak at home. That they learn more during this age is also applicable to music. At least 1 million new neural connections called synapses are made every second, more than any other time in life. That is why they say that early childhood years are crucial for making these connections. The connections needed for many important higher level abilities like motivation, self-regulation, problem solving and communication are formed in these early years or not formed. Whether it is formed or not in these early years depends on the input that we give children. Their developing brains are ready to soak in a wide range of skill sets. Rishi Sriram quotes David Epstein, who wrote the book The Range, and says that this period is called the sampling period. It is a window in which to develop a child's range. There is later time for them to specialize, but this is the time to expose them to a wide range of abilities and skills. All of this I cannot do at home. I am not equipped. I don't have the skill sets. I don't have the education. I don't have the training, and I don't have the experience to do this. A school, however, has decades, if not centuries, of experience which they use. They use that knowledge and they use present day technology to convert them into lessons that they teach children in a classroom environment. Nowhere can I compare my teaching abilities to my child, enabled through online classes, to what a school can offer in a classroom environment. I receive weekly reports from my daughter's school on what they've handled through the week. Let me just read some of those things to you and you'll understand. First, they have language, and in that they handle oral language, vocabulary, language games, written, and in that they have them encounter the imaginary. So they play them a video or they read a story from a book, and children are enabled to go into an imaginary world. The child listens to the story and the child learns the names of the animals or the characters that comes in the story. So the child's vocabulary increases, and they lay them in sequence. So the child's capacity to arrange things in an order is developed. And then they give images from the story as small cards. They use those images and ask the children to recount the story using those images like puppets. So that way the child's, not just the vocabulary and the words per se, but the child's communication as a wholesome skill is developed. They show a word and then they give the individual letters, and the children are asked to look at the word, say the word, and then arrange it in sequence. They are taught to trace letters. They are given tracing lessons. Then they are given art activities. One of the activities that my daughter loves and that the school does is playing with modeling clay, Play-Doh. Now, we have modeling clay at home. Nachi buys modeling clay. Over some weekend, he's like, "Where's the modeling clay?" And I'm like, "Shh, don't talk about it. I've hidden it. I don't want her to see it." Because there's modeling clay all over the house. It's stuck on your footwear. It's stuck on the floor. Do you know how difficult cleaning modeling clay off the floor is? It's just about stuck on every surface in the house. At school, she can play with how much ever modeling clay she wants. All I have to do is clean under her nails. That's an easier job than cleaning the floor. And they are allowed to paint. So at home, she's like, "Where's my painting apron?" I'm like, "No apron. Be glad I've even given you paints." It's amazing how they can mix those colors. You've just opened a new paint box in the morning. At the end of the day, the whole paint box with 12 different circles of color, they're all one single color at the end of the day. This time it was pink. All of the 12 colors were pink. Last time, I don't know how she managed to do it. All of those 12 cakes were green. But she paints at school, and I'm happy for her to paint at school how much ever she wants. And then they have numerical activities where they are taught to count. So they have animals, either the retelling of a story of the three bears, so they count like that, or other numbers, and then they have the number in the form, and they are made to match those numbers with number of items. I couldn't do all this at home. I'm not equipped to do this, and I would lose my patience if I did this. They are taught to arrange things in size. And look at this. They reorganize and complete a simple algorithm. They're also taught to find their bearing in time. So the days of the week are arranged. I've seen their magnetic whiteboard, and the kids are made to arrange the days of the week. They are told, okay, what day is it today? And they put that on the board. So they have a sense of perspective of time. They are taught a sense of space, and they are taught to explore the world by sounds. They're taken out to the playground, to the garden, and they are taught things which I'm not equipped to, nor do I have the facilities to do as a parent. I'm happy to augment to the child's learning, but doing it entirely by myself through online courses, not happening. If I were to homeschool my child or teach her with the help of online courses, my daughter, my husband, me, and the neighbors would have to be committed to a mental institution. I would drive everyone crazy. My daughter being at an extremely crucial age for her brain development, I am intent to send her to a school where people who are equipped to do this as a profession teach her. As a parent, I'm happy to augment whatever they teach in school, but the primary responsibility and skill set belongs to the school. Therefore, I am willing and very keen to send my daughter to school to enable her to expand her learning capabilities. The article says this is the time to engage children in music, reading, sports, math, art, science, and languages. And school is the place where they do all this. There is simply no way, as a parent who's neither equipped nor educated to do this, can do this. So I'm not going to miss out on these crucial, important years of my child's development and learning journey. As a parent of a 3.5-year-old child, these are the reasons why I want to send my child to learn in her school instead of online schooling. Thanks for listening to this video. I hope it helps you in some way.